So let's start lying down. Any comfortable position for you. So, for part of our practice today, I thought we would try something a little different and not all of the practice, but for some of the practice, we're going to move with our eyes closed. So, we'll go through some poses with our eyes open, and then we will try them again with our eyes closed just to see how it feels in the body and to see if maybe you can get more of a meditative experience out of it. Okay, noticing your breath. Our breath, prana, life force, energy. As you inhale, notice where you feel your breath in your body. And as you exhale, notice how it feels to come back out of your body. So I heard this really wonderful thing that someone had said today. Yoga, our union, our practice of union, not only is it union within ourselves, our body, our mind, our hearts, maybe spiritually, but it's also union with the universe, with everyone and everything around us. So as we exhale, the breath that we exhale is inhaled by the trees. And as the trees exhale, we inhale. We breathe in, the trees exhale. So that exchange of breath, of energy between us and the trees, this union together, breathing together and working together. So perhaps taking a moment here to just feel that breath moving into your body, fill up nice and full, and then slowly exhale. Breathe in that energy from the trees, from our planet, and sending energy back out to the planet. As we move through our practice today, please remember to listen to your body, only do what's comfortable for you. If we come into a pose that doesn't feel good, please come out. Maybe you find a resting posture and then join us again whenever you're ready. Take breaks when you need, drink water when you need. Be kind and compassionate with yourself. So, making some small movements here in fingers and toes. So, I got these new affirmation cards in the mail today. And the first card is breathe. Inhale, create space within your being. Exhale, expand into the universe. Repeat. Perhaps you hug your knees in towards your chest, maybe rocking from side to side, or maybe there's other movements that you feel you wish to make here to gently wake up your body. And then whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then gently making your way up to seated. Once you find a comfortable seated position here on the earth, lowering or closing your eyes. Let's find some shoulder rolls here. Inhale, the shoulders roll up towards the ears, and exhale, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Just moving with your own breath. So allow the breath to come first, and then the movement just kind of follows along. One more time here. Allowing the shoulders to remain back and down the spine. Arms come by your sides, palms face up. On your inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Allow the hands to meet. And exhale, bringing the hands down to heart center, Namaskar Mudra. Inhale, point the fingers out in front, reach the arms out long. And exhale, bring the hands back into Namaskar Mudra. Okay, so we'll do that again. Arms come out to the side. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, hands to touch. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, fingers point forward, reach the arms out long. That inhale, exhale, bring the hands back to center. Releasing the hands back by your side. Inhale, reach up. Oh, I messed it up somewhere. It doesn't matter. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms reach out in front. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Take an inhale and exhale, arms come by your side. Last one, inhale, reach up, hands to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out in front. Exhale, bring the hands back to Namaskar Mudra. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, lowering your hands by your sides. Opening your eyes. Okay. And then we'll come into a tabletop pose. So in our tabletop, wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. All right, finding any movements here that feels good for you. C-shape, figure eight, cat cow, whatever your body is asking for. Stay connected with your breath. And whatever movements you're finding here, be sure to grip your fingers into the earth, cupping your hands. Okay, making your way back to tabletop. And then coming into a child's pose. So hips come back, arms come out long in front. Head comes to the earth, or maybe a stacked fist. Melting the heart down towards the earth. And breathe. Inhale, create space within your being. Exhale, expand into the universe. All right, gently making your way back into your tabletop pose. Gripping the fingers, shoulders roll back and down the spine, curling the toes under, sending the hips back and up behind you. Keep as much of a bend in your knees as you need. So perhaps you walk out your dog, pedaling out your feet. So the goal isn't to get the heels down to the floor. It may never happen. It really does not matter. What we want to do though is we want to try and imagine sending the belly button towards the thighs. It doesn't have to touch, but that's the direction that we're moving our body in. So the hips just don't come up, they move back. Okay, and gently making your way back into your tabletop pose. Okay, so we've come into this little mini flow a couple times before. I'll go through it with you a couple times, and then I invite you to move through it at your own pace with your own breath, with your eyes closed if you can. All right, so hopefully I get the breath right for this one. We inhale in tabletop, exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to tabletop, exhale back into downward dog. Inhaling to tabletop, exhaling child. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. So moving here with your own breath, every inhale is tabletop. And then exhale is either child's pose or downward dog. Perhaps you move with your eyes closed. Allow the breath to guide you. Perhaps you slow down your breath, making your movement slower. If you start to feel like downward dog is becoming a little bit too much, maybe you just move in and out of child's pose. And then I invite you to find a pause between the inhale and the exhale, and a pause between the exhale and the inhale, just a brief pause. So maybe just a couple more rounds of breath here. And then eventually making your way back into a child's pose. Maybe in your child's pose, you roll out your wrists. Okay, making your way into tabletop. And then sending the right foot forward between your hands, low lunge. Let's draw the navel in. Keep the hands either on the earth or on blocks if you need. Lengthen the spine. So crown of the head reaches forward, keeping the right knee over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. So my arms aren't quite long enough, so I have to come onto fingertips. Maybe you need blocks. That's fine. Just 2 more rounds of breath here. Okay, and then when you're ready, you're going to curl the back toes under. Left foot comes forward to meet the right into a forward fold. So again, maybe a little bend or deep bend in your knees. Send the belly button towards the thighs, softening the neck. On your next inhale, let's come into a halfway lift. Draw the navel in. Crown of the head reaches forward. Flat back here. And exhale, forward fold. All right, let's take a big step back here with the right foot and lower the right knee to the earth. So low lunge on this side. Check the front knee. Draw the navel in, lengthen the spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. So we're trying not to collapse in on that front leg. We're using our core to mostly hold us up. So the fingers are just kind of there to make sure we don't tip over. One more round of breath. And bringing the hands to the earth, curl the back toes under, right foot comes forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Bringing the arms out by your sides, reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. And exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, here we go. Our chair, our warriors, and our half moon. So I invite you to find one block, maybe 2 if you have them, and have them close by. All right, whenever you're ready, finding your mountain pose, feet are hip distance apart. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Crown of the head reaches high, shoulders roll back and down the spine, turning the palms forward. All right, here we go. Inhale, reaching up, extended mountain. Exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale into your chair. Send the tailbone back, slight tuck. No, send the hips back, slight tuck of the tailbone. Lift the heart. So we want to shift our weight here into our heels. We want to make sure the knees are not going past the toes. Maybe you sink a little further. And on your exhale, flat back, swan diving down into forward fold. Let's take a big step back here with the left foot. Coming into warrior 2, left foot's parallel with the back of the mat, front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot, windmilling the arms up. Front knees over the ankle in line with the second or third toe, and we're squaring our hips. With left foot back, yep. So squaring the hips, sorry, towards the long edge of the mat, looking over the front arm. So we want to have nice active arms here. I don't want them just to kind of be loose, loosey-goosey. Firmness in the arms, firmness in the fingers. Okay, so warrior 2. Reverse warrior, back hand comes down, front palm turns up. We're reaching up and over from the waist, not quite from the hip. Open the heart up towards the sky. So maybe the left hand slides down your leg, or maybe you reach back behind you Left arm comes towards the low back. Inhale back to your warrior two. Exhale, straighten that front leg, slight micro bend in the knee. We're going to come into triangle, reaching forward with the right hand. Right hand comes down to thigh, block, shin, the earth. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. So we want to kind of like tuck the hips under. So right hip tucks under, left hip rolls back. Or, like I usually say, imagine a wall behind you. You want the hips up against the wall, shoulders up against the wall, and the head. Let's find one more round of breath here. And then windmilling the arms back up, bend the front knee, warrior two. Windmilling the hands to frame the front foot. The left foot comes forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come out towards the sides, reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Namaskar Mudra. Remember to breathe. Inhale, arms reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale back into your chair pose. Softening the shoulders. And finding a place to focus on in front of you that isn't moving, or maybe you try closing your eyes. Maybe you sit a little bit lower. And on your next exhale, forward fold. This time taking a big step back with the right foot, coming parallel to the back of the mat. Left foot intersects with the middle of the back foot, windmilling the arms up. All right, we square our hips towards the long edge of the mat. Nice and active arms looking over that front hand. So notice if you can feel or find the four corners of both feet. Okay, back hand comes down, front palm turns up, finding your reverse warrior, opening the heart up towards the sky. So if that back hand comes behind you towards your sacrum or low back kind of area, maybe it can start to inch its way towards the top of the left thigh. So half bind. Inhale, windmill the arms back, warrior two, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach the left arm forward, find your triangle. Use a block if you need one. So we all have different arm lengths, leg lengths, right? Not everybody can reach the floor. Okay, one more round of breath here. And then windmill the arms back up, come into your warrior two. And windmilling the hands down to frame the front foot. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Into forward fold. And on your next inhale, arms come out towards the sides, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your mountain pose. We will bring half moon into this one. Okay, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, swan diving down. Inhale, halfway lift. Guess what? Exhale into your chair. Can you sink the hips down a little bit further? And on your next exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back into warrior two. Windmilling the arms up. All right, reverse warrior. Windmill the arms back to warrior two. Straightening the front leg, reaching with the right arm, come into your triangle. We're only going to stay for 1 or 2 breaths this time. Perhaps while you here, grab your block and then windmill the arms back up, come back into your warrior two. Half moon, we shift the block forward and to the right. You may have to step the left foot back or in a little bit. We want to try and keep the hips squared towards the long edge of the mat, so that'll help us. If we start rolled forward, then it's harder for us to, and actually a little bit dangerous for us to come into the half moon. So we want to try and keep the hips open, reach the block forward and to the right, lift the left foot long behind you, left arm maybe reaches up towards the sky. One more round of breath here. Bending into that front knee, slowly step the left foot back, come into warrior two. Doing good. Windmill the hands down and frame the front foot. Can't say that today. Left foot comes forward to meet the right. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a moment to connect with your breath. Maybe your eyes are lowered or closed. Finding union here. The hands come together as a reminder of that union. Union within ourselves and with the universe around us, which also means union with each other. Releasing your hands down by your side, opening your eyes. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into your chair, last chair. So make it count. Weight goes into the heels, slight tuck of the tailbone, lift the heart, sink down maybe a little bit lower. Use the muscles here in your legs and your glutes. Maybe imagine squeezing a block between your thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back behind you, parallel to the back of the mat, windmilling the arms up to warrior two. All right, so in this warrior two, let's turn the palms up, allow the shoulders to drop, and then turn the palms back down. Notice how different it feels now in the arms. Okay, reverse warrior, back hand comes down, front palm reaches up and over. Maybe the right hand comes into that half bind. Windmilling the arms back to warrior two. Straightening the front leg, reaching forward, triangle pose. Perhaps while you're in your triangle, you grab a hold of your block. And then you windmill the arms back up into warrior two with the block. All right, we're gonna shift the weight forward. You may have to walk that back foot in. Block comes forward and to the left. Try and keep the hips rolled open towards the sides, shifting your weight into that front foot. Back foot comes up. Maybe you take your hand off the block. Ooh. And then an arm disappears. That's all I could see. Okay, bending into the front leg. Back leg comes down, warrior two. Windmilling the hands towards the front of your mat. This time, let's take a big step back with both feet. Lower the knees to the earth. Shift your weight forward, tuck your elbows, lower all the way down. Let's find a baby cobra here, extending both legs long behind you, tops of the feet come down to the earth. Hands under the shoulders, shoulders roll back and down, tuck the elbows, lift the heart, look down at the earth. All right, find your breath. Deep inhales, maybe a pause, long exhales, and maybe a pause. One more round of breath here. And then gently lowering your head to the earth. Maybe you use stacked hands as a pillow for your head. Crocodile, let's bring the feet out wide on the mat. And if you can, turn the toes out towards the sides. Allowing the breath to come back to a comfortable rhythm. Catching your breath maybe. All right, so let's bring the feet back. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. Forearms to the earth, elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going to grip the fingers into the earth, reach the legs long behind you. All right, so everyone feels a little bit different here. For some people, it creates more space in the low back if big toes come together, heels apart. Maybe feet point straight and they're hip distance, or maybe they're more like mat distance. So find what feels best for you in your low back. We're going to pull the arms in towards us and send the heart through, look forward. All right, exhale to lower. We're going to come into our tabletop pose and then shift back into child's pose. So any variation that feels best for you here. Inhale, create space within your being. Exhale, expand into the universe. Okay, so let's come into a tabletop pose here. And then we're going to come into a variation of gate latch here. So we're going to bring the right foot out towards the side, or maybe extend the right leg out long. Okay, so whatever feels best for you, find a flat back. Find your breath. And then what we'll do here is curl the toes under, send the hips back as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe you reach the arms out long like you would in child's pose. If this is way too much for you, maybe you come back to a flat back and find cat-cow movements here. So we'll still stretch out the inside of that thigh. Slowly making your way back to that tabletop back. Right leg is still out long. Okay, and then we're going to find a variation of thread the needle. So if the leg out long doesn't feel good for you, you can always come into tabletop, tucking the right knee back to the floor. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the left arm out and up towards the sky. And then scoop the left arm underneath, coming down onto the left shoulder, left side of the head. Sink and settle here. Maybe the right hand reaches forward. Maybe it reaches up and back behind you. So find whatever variation of thread the needle that feels good for you and your body. Wherever you are, right hand comes underneath the right shoulder, pushing into that hand to help you unravel. Maybe you reach that left arm back up towards the sky, placing the left hand on the earth. Come back into your tabletop. Let's find the other side, stepping the left foot out towards the side. Maybe the toes point out. This could be as far as you go, or maybe you extend the left leg long. Okay, ready? We're going to curl the back toes under. Actually, first, let's just find a couple rounds of breath here. So sorry, flat back, looking down at the earth. Maybe you close your eyes. As you breathe, find that pause between the inhale and the exhale, between the exhale and the inhale. All right, so curling the toes of the right foot under, send the hips back. Maybe you extend the both arms out long. Head comes down towards the earth. If you can, melt the heart. Or perhaps it's child's pose. Gently make your way back into your flat back, tabletop back. Perhaps the leg stays out, or maybe you come into table. And we're going to thread the needle on this side. So right hand reaches up towards the sky, scooping the right arm under, coming down onto the right side. Find whatever variation feels best for you here with your left arm. And see if you can sink and settle into this pose. Gently bringing your hand back underneath the left shoulder, pushing into the left hand to unravel. Perhaps the right hand reaches back up towards the sky. Right hand comes back to the earth, coming into your tabletop pose. And there was something else I was going to do. Let's find some cat cows while I try and remember what that was. Ah, yes, okay. Shoulder pigeon. Okay, coming back into our tabletop pose. Let's do this one. Let's come all the way down onto the floor. We're going to open the front chest. So we're going to bring the left arm out long. We want the arm to come out, the hand to come out basically from the shoulder. So nice straight line here if you can. Okay, you're going to turn and you're going to look towards the right side. And then maybe you just bring that knee in close towards your chest, kind of like you're cuddling a teddy bear here on the floor. Maybe you weren't into teddy bears. Maybe it was, I don't know, dinosaurs or something. Okay. And then you're just going to go as far as you feel comfortable. Remember, this one can really be uncomfortable the next day if you go too far. So just like 70% of your fullness here. Maybe you bring the right foot to the earth, right knee points up towards the sky. Or perhaps you step that right foot back behind you. Maybe the right arm reaches up and back behind you. So we don't want any pain. If there's pain, come out. Or find a bit of a gentler variation here. Maybe it's just the cuddle pose. All right, and then you're going to come out, you're going to go the reverse order of what you just did. If your foot's behind you, step it forward. Bring the hand down towards the earth, the right hand. Maybe you come into your cuddle pose and then come all the way onto your front body. We're going to move over towards the other side. Left arm comes, no, right arm comes out straight. You're going to look towards the left side. Maybe it's cuddle pose here. Or maybe you slowly start to deepen into this pose a little bit more. Find whatever variation feels best for you on this side. Okay, very slowly making your way out. Go the opposite direction from how you came in, opposite way. You know what I mean. Once you make your way all the way back onto your front body, perhaps you find that crocodile pose once again, hands underneath the forehead. Maybe the feet come out wide, toes point out towards the side. All right, so you decide how you would like to finish your practice today. Is there another pose you would like to come into before coming down onto the earth? And when you come onto the earth, maybe it's your back body, your front body, side body, whatever feels best. Taking your time here, there's no rush. Just so you know, we started a few minutes late, so I was thinking about ending a few minutes late. It's 8 minutes to if you have to be somewhere at a specific time. Once you find your way down into your final resting pose, connecting again with your breath. Connecting to the breath and connecting to union with the universe, with our world, with those around us. Breathing breath together. And to finish here, I'm just going to share a poem from 108 Shavasana poems, blissful words from the heart of yoga. This poem is called Closing. As this journey draws to a close, as all things eventually do, as the moon reflects the sun and the night sky becomes a mirror for our own reflections, we can check in with ourselves. Did I love well? Did I forgive others and myself for being less than perfect? Did I face the wind when it wasn't easy and let it carry me when it was hard? Did I carry another so that they could carry on? Did I pass on a part of me for others to see and feel when I'm gone? Celebrate your attention. Calibrate your mind to here, now, and the compass in your heart. Whatever answers arose for you, take note of your current direction. Do not judge it. This is simply the business of waking up. Gently bringing your awareness back. Noticing the breath, prana, that energy in your body. Exchanging energy with the world around us and giving back. Perhaps you make some small movements in your body. Maybe those smaller movements become bigger movements. Perhaps taking a moment here to find gratitude for our practice, for taking this time to take care of your body, your mind, and your heart. Whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then gently making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Bringing the hands together once again. A light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. That light is a place of peace, love, kindness, and compassion. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together, we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful evening.